Hey there YouTube, Mr. Fedora Man here, back again with, I believe, yeah, this is the final part for Chapter 12. At least I believe this is Chapter 12. Something like that. So, yet, again, it's just me here. And we need to find, in this little episode, we recruit the 2 units. I believe we recruit the 2 units that we can. And then we get one of them, because one of them is very, very easy. Around the fact that it's just going into the house that we saw Ewan go into previously. Which I think is a little bit north of where Colm is. I guess we'll find out in a little bit. So yeah, so this is another one of those things where I tacked on two recordings at once. I think the first one's roughly 13 or so minutes, and the next one's 3 or 4, so yeah. So how is everybody doing today? It's actually really hot out now, in contrast to what I said before, where I said it's all, where it was all rainy and gross out. Now it's really, really sunny, and it's really hot. Like, Jesus Christ. Because where I live, it's freaking... We get both sides of the extremes here. We get really, really hot summers and really, really cold winters, which is very unfortunate. Which pretty much means that our spring is non-existent. Just, yeah. So when spring comes up, spring is kind of like everything is full of snow, water, and that's like a month period, and then we're on to summer already. Either that or winter hasn't gone away fully yet. Maybe even considered like a fall mood we're going through here. It was kind of chilly, it wasn't snowy, but it was nice out. It was alright out, but it was kind of chilly. Enough about the weather, though. Back to Fire Emblem. See, this is what I mean. These shamans freaking using flux all the time. That's the only spell you get to see from them. So I guess that's why I got curious in seeing what the other dark magics were like, because you sometimes you see them use Luna, but the thing is, Luna negates all resistance you have, but the thing is, it's not so accurate. So that's like if you fight a really high resistance magic enemy, you can take the resistance down to 0 and do however much damage you're supposed to do. But the thing is, like I said, it's not accurate, so it's not exactly worth it, considering you might just mess up. So I believe I send Colm to go get Ewan here. And yeah, I will be turning Ewan into into a druid again, because I like the way druids look. They're really cool. Plus, you don't get to do that with any other unit, in all honesty, just because Ewan's a pupil, so he's just starting on magic. So you can choose the path he's going. So he's the only... Oh wait, no, he's not the only capable. Oops, kind of messed that up a bit. There is Noel as well. Noel is another dark mage unit, or another shaman that we'll get that we can make into a druid. But since Ewan is one of the one of the 3, I can't remember what they're called. Like tier. Oh, the novices. I think that's what they were called. I'm not quite sure. Like Amelia, Ross, and Ewan are all very, very, very good units because with most units they'll start out at tier 1, and they'll go from 0 experience to whatever tier 2 is, or until whatever level you get them to. Then they'll go to tier 2, and then they'll get as many levels as you want them to, and then that's all their XP. So that is 40 levels. If you fully upgrade a unit to tier 2, level 20, that is 40 levels. Now, the thing is, with these novice units, they're considered some of the best units in the game, and I believe I believe I went over this before in the Let's Play, but the thing is, they start at level 1 in their novice thing, so they get 10 levels. Alright, so they get 10 levels, and then you get to choose what unit you want to make them into. Then they get 20 more levels after that for their tier 1, and then 20 more for their tier 2. So they have got 10 more levels than everyone else, and those 10 levels can really make a difference. It could not, though. You could always get terrible, terrible stat growth and get really poopy stats. It's really strange sometimes, but most of the time they're very good units. So don't hesitate having to go use them. I mean, I like to take these units. In this chapter, I usually take Ewan to the arena and level him up till he's level 10, so that when I bring him in next chapter, I can already make him into a shaman. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do that off screen in the Tower of Volney, or one of the encounters out in the world, because I want to use Ewan as another unit, because I do have both Loot and Artur, but Artur is now freaking tier 2, so Loot's still at tier 1, and then so I'd need 2 more guiding rings. I think guiding rings are actually the most abundant item, most abundant promotion item. As far as I know, there's only that one ocean seal that I know of. I think you might have to buy another one. There might be another one somewhere. But Heroes Crests are one that aren't found very often. That's for sure. It's Hero Crests. I think that's really it. I mean, you do find quite a bit of Knights Crests, and what the hell's the other one? Knights Crests, Heroes Crests, Ocean Crest, Guiding Ring. Is that all of them? See, this is where I debated, because I wanted to make Artur into a sage, but I wasn't sure if making him into a bishop would be better, because he could heal people and he could use light magic and he could get the Slayer ability. But I wanted to make him a sage, just because sages are more adept at. They can use both stabs, anima, and light magic. So I was like, you know what? It seems like a good idea. And because he was using light magic, that is the reason why he could become a bishop. I'm not sure if it just has to do with the fact that he was a magic wielding unit, because I can't quite remember if Loot can become a frackin' bishop. Loot might be able to be a bishop. I have no idea. Now that I think about it, I probably should have made Artur a bishop, because then he could have been focused in light magic. I don't know if that's going to make a difference, though. Also, Ford. Look at that, they're critical. Ford he's just been ridiculous most of the time here. Okay. So, now you can see that Myrmidon over there with the hair. There you go. That's Marissa. She is another recruitable unit you can get in this chapter, but you have to recruit her with Ewan. So therein lies the problem. We need to find a way to get Ewan over to Marissa without those units killing him, and without Marissa herself killing him, because unfortunately there's certain units will not attack, and some will. Most of the recruitable units you find will attack, and that could be a big problem. As I mentioned before in the Let's Play and whatnot, Joshua is actually kind of easy to pick up in the fact that he does not attack women, or at least Natasha, from what I understand. Because I bring a normal unit up, well, not a normal unit, I bring up a male unit there and he attacks, and I bring up a female unit and he doesn't attack. Now, I don't know if that applies to all female units, as I've only ever used Natasha, but I mean, it's just safe to go out on a limb. I mean, he even says that. He says that I've never heard a woman, and that's why he lets Natasha go by. So, that might play into it, I don't know. He might just not attack women altogether, and yeah. Which kind of is nice, because it gives you a hint about how to recruit him. Because I think you do, yeah, you do need Natasha to talk to him, I believe so. Maybe that's why he doesn't attack her. I don't know. The script can be really weird, trust me. Oh, yeah, and this is why I kept the bow on Ross, because, yeah. I actually really like Ross having a bow. Because there's those times where I like Ross to attack someone. I mean, sure as hell you could use a hand axe if I really wanted to, but that still applies to the axe kind of thing. So if it's like a sword-wielding unit, then it's pretty much useless. So an iron bow is fairly neutral, or bows are actually neutral because they do the same amount of damage to all three types of weapons. Well, melee weapons, anyways. So I was trying to figure out here how do I get Marissa to move up without killing Ewan. So I figured I'd bring Ross over there to distract them, and then try and draw that one axe-wielding guy, and then try and bring Ewan around where the rest of my main force is. I think that's what I was doing, because I don't want to move my powerful units up, because if I move my powerful units too far up, then things don't go up. Because, then they kind of tend to take out the units that I want to recruit. Now, I remember actually now why where I'm tacking on this, like a little segment at the end, and that is because I finished up the boss fight and the little, the dialogue at the end. See, look, and then she goes and freaking attacks Nemi, and I wasn't expecting that, so I was kind of in disarray here. I was like, what? I was like, oh shit, what do I do now? Like, I need to move Ewan fast, because it worked out because she attacked Nemi, and Nemi is an archer and will not attack direct units. She can only attack adjacently. So I had to. That's what I was trying to do with Ross. I was going to equip him with a bow, and then make it so that Marissa would go after him, so that it would be adjacent. Or so that the bow can't directly attack back, and that it would keep her at bay. Though there is a little problem because the sword she is using is a shamshir? I don't quite know if that's how you pronounce it. I'm not quite good at pronunciation. But whatever it is, it's basically like a killing edge. It's a sword with an increased critical chance hit. It's, I believe, D class, not C class like the Killing Edge. Or is the Killing Ass? Killing Ass? Killing Edge? I'm confused. I confused class with ass and edge. Oh, I think I need more water, man. Freaking get my brain working here. I'm still half asleep, and it's like, what? It's like 1 in the afternoon, and I'm still freaking half asleep. Ugh. Jesus. Alright, well, we're getting close to finishing this up. I believe I cut out the fact where I just take all my units over to the arena. Because all I need to do is recruit Marissa, take out the axe guy, and then I believe I go to the arena. Oh yeah, and then I just gave up with Ross here. I'm like, you know what, whatever, just move him back to the arena. See, I wanted to... Oh yeah, this is where I was moving the units that I don't plan on using to the arena. I mean, I honestly don't even need to do this. The units like coming up in the chapters will be higher tier units that give more XP. I mean, the only ones I could really say would that I'd like to level up are ones that are lower tier 1, or are fairly level 2 tier low. Because I'd like to have my units not. I guess maybe not obscenely powerful, but moderately strong would be great. So I have to level up Ewan so that he does not get absolutely murdered. Because trust me, he is not good. Not at least at this current level. And then I bring Ewan in to talk with Marissa. And Marissa is as you can see with the sprite, she was the person we met back when we were trying to save Ducel in that one village and gave us a hero crest. And that ties back into why she gave us the hero crest, because she gave us the hero crest and she said that she couldn't use it because she is a Myrmidon, and Myrmidons can use hero crests to be either assassins or sword masters. Sword masters have higher critical rate and are very dependent on their skill and their speed, and still very powerful. Well, depending on if you get strength or not. And assassins are fairly strong units that have a chance of a really cool ability. I believe it's called Silencer. And what it does is, I can't quite remember because it's been a while since I've had an assassin character. I believe it makes it so that 50% of a chance of your critical hit will become a killing, like an instant killing blow. I love that critical so goddamn much. Oh, it makes me so happy. Jesus Christ. I wasn't expecting that. I just expected Ross to go up there and do a little bit of damage and then, like, bring someone else in. But Jesus Christ, Ross just went to goddamn town with that. Kind of hoping Ross will get more strength as I go along, because he's not doing as much damage as I'd like him to. I think his strength is a little bit lower. I think he gets 30-40 strength, I'm not quite sure. But our only goal was to defeat the boss, so... defeated the boss, we did! And then of course Seth, which I never use, and Seth is actually a really... I wouldn't say terrible, but he's not a very good unit. And that kind of that ties back into what I was saying about the novice units. The thing is, they get more experience, and units like Seth get less experience because he's already tier 2 and he's got a set amount of stats. So he's leveling up less often and getting less, well, not less experience, but yeah, he doesn't get as many levels as he could. He only gets the 20 levels, as compared to the 40 that everyone else starts at when they're tier 1. Well, the 40 possible levels, I should say. Not everyone is going to have their units up to tier 2 level 20 like me. Jesus Christ. And I do it just because I wanna blow past all the enemies. Just, you know, throw like Ross in there or something, or Joshua, and just tear shit up. But yes, there's a little bit of a conflict here, as you can see. Seth is like, hey, Ephraim, don't go after Mir because she's going east. He's like, oh, don't worry, I'm not acting on just feelings. The Grotto capital is also to the east. So, yeah. I think it's more of a convenient excuse more than anything, really. But yes, this, unfortunately, I added a little bit too many syllables there. Unfortunately, this is the last I have pre-recorded, so I will have more pre-recorded, don't worry, but it might be a little bit of time before I have any up. Because, you know, gotta do all the rendering and whatnot, gotta see if there's gonna be guests and whatnot on it, so it takes a little bit of time. But it's way easier to record than live, because, yeah, I can just do it really whenever. So anyways, we're getting close on the end of this little recording, so I thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next episode when we can't speak. We'll head on to chapter 13. So, I thank you very much for watching, and this is Mr. Fedora Man, signing off. Bye!